Man, again, everybody's asking me about Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya and the process of what's going on. Look, past the Canelo Laura fight, what I told you, that fight's going to determine a lot. There's not any fights scheduled for Golden Boy Promotions. You know, they have nothing scheduled. Basically, Oscar De La Hoya is CEO, which really means Bob Arum is probably CEO of Golden Boy Promotions as far as where they're going to go in the future. Now, besides the Laura fight, that should exclude all Richard Schaefer's legal business and ties with Golden Boy Promotions as far as the CEO. He's a shareholder, so there you have it. He's always going to be there receiving something until they go to court and resolve certain issues that need to be resolved. And October 13th is coming. And when that happens, a lot of people will be called into play. Schaefer will probably have to appear in that court as well, and he'll go from there. Now, Manny Pacquiao is involved in a lot more different opportunities now. A lot of y'all know about Algieri's name was thrown out there, which I doubt he fights Algieri, but that's out there. You have the Marquez. Provodnikov is not in the option no more because he just lost. But now you have Abreu, the Argentine, in the mix. You have Robert the Ghost Guerrero now in the mix, all to fight Manny Pacquiao. Not necessarily right away. We're talking next year, May. Robert Guerrero, Manny Pacquiao fight in April, May, around that time. So, there's a lot of talks going on right now. But those are some of the things that are thrown out there as fights that can be made for Golden Boy Promotions. So, I mean, a lot of you guys are going to be interested to see what happens. So, could we see Guillermo Rigondeaux and Leo Santa Cruz? Maybe. Maybe be on Golden Boy, top rank. You could see that. I would love to see that fight. But where we stand right now, might be some good smaller fights for boxing fans. But for the overall picture, we just really don't have a direction yet. So we'll see what happens. But there can't be any good for the sport of boxing without including the fighters that Al Heyman has. You can't, because you're still going to be in the same boat. If you're not fighting those guys and you're not making fight with them, how do we know who's the real champion? How do we know who's pound for pound? How do we even know? Okay? So we can say this guy has been the champ for such and such a long period, but here are the other two guys that are in that. What's going to happen if he had fought these guys? Would he have been up at this rank before? You know, it's one of those situations. But this is another reason too. Is people look at LeBron James and they compare him to Michael Jordan, overlooking the fact that he hasn't even reached Kobe Bryant status. Somebody that is basically during his time. He hasn't reached his status. But yet, he's compared to Michael Jordan. Why? Because the league set this thing up. And it's comparable for one reason, as I'm going to segue it into boxing. Michael Jordan when he played in his era was much tougher than what LeBron James did. And all of you would agree. All of you would say yes. There were more better teams. There were more better players. And the league was a lot different than when Michael played. And it was much harder than what LeBron James is playing in now. Kyrie Irving could set the assist record and have the most assists in basketball history. But what did they play against to get all those assists? So how good are really numbers when it comes to determining who's the best? Now bring that into boxing. How good is that to determine when you're not looking at the factions? This is why I don't like to do boxing comparisons to who's greater in what era and this and that, because the opponents, the situations, all were different. The rules were different. Who could say somebody was better than Jack Johnson when they have not even come close to fighting that many rounds in a career, let alone one fight? You know, so you gotta look at situations from what standpoint they were in. Okay, back then. Now I covered a lot in this video because I want to make sure we got everything addressed in the inboxes. Okay, I did the comparison with Mayweather and Ali to let you know how ridiculous it is to do comparisons. There's no way to say one is greater than the other, because you can't. You could just only compare to era. So as of right now, LeBron James is the best of this era that he's in now with these younger guys, because they can't compete. Not a lot of them can. But LeBron James is the best of this crop. But is he really better than Carmelo Anthony? Is he really better than the guy from OKC, Kevin Durant? I mean, at certain things, he's better than him. But I still think Anthony's a better player than him. He's just not in the right situation. And Durant, I mean, he's been known to have his shot taken away from him. You could defensively lock him down. So there's flaws to his game. But that's just that. So I hope this addressed everybody's questions that was laid out. Cotto and Canelo fight can happen even if Canelo loses. I'm telling you that right now. If Laura wins, he will not be fighting Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto will never fight Erislange Law. That's never going to happen, because that's boxing. Now, could he fight another fighter? Maybe, but he will not be fighting. He won't be fighting Canelo. I mean, Cotto. Miguel Cotto ain't gonna take that kind of risk. He'll look at a Mayweather fight before then. And people are saying, when is Mayweather is going to choose? It's past the time he's supposed to choose. Well, the thing is, they're working on trying to get things in order as far as the way the structure of the company is going to be. As location, date, Golden Boy Promotion owns the date for September. Not Mayweather Promotions. But if Mayweather Promotions have a fight, even if Golden Boy owns the date, they would probably let it go. You're not going to compete against a Mayweather event, period. That would be stupid. So Mayweather owns whatever date he wants. He tells the MGM, we're fighting here at this tape. You think the MGM is going to say, well, we're going to wait and see what Golden Boy's going to do? So, it's just a lot of different issues to work out. Marco Maidana is still the number one on the list. Miguel Cotto's a far two. And that's that. Amir Khan, the only way that fight happens if Floyd and them move the date to October or November, and they do it in the UK, that would kill over there. They did that fight at Wembley Stadium, which is being mulled up. I mean, the money is being thrown into bringing the fight to Wembley Stadium. They would do almost 2 times what they did in the Maidana fight if they put it in Wembley Stadium. Hands down, would do that much money. And pay-per-view sales, you're looking at maybe 1 million, 1.2 easy pay-per-view buys in the United States. It'll be a successful fight. But is it a fight I want to see against him and Khan? Absolutely not. Because Amir Khan doesn't deserve 3 cents for what he's done in boxing. I mean, did nothing to earn this fight. Nothing. So, on that note, now we really out. Bye.